Space nerds. Bet you didn't know I had legs, huh? Listen, I'm starting an official weekly Space Games news TV show. That's not a TV show. Today, I'm officially launching a weekly Space Games show. It's not really about space games. It's mainly about the sci-fi games that I like. But the aim is to cover weekly news for you guys on a day that you can depend on it. And we're going to be starting out small today. But if you guys like it, we might turn it into something a little bit more substantial over time. I have no doubt this is going to take a little while to find its legs. But if you guys like it, please let me know in the comments below and we'll keep going. This week, we've got some good news though. Star Citizen has released a new update with a new event and a new ship. JumpShip has done a Q&A with a ton of information on the 4-player co-op space adventure game. And Dune Awakening is running a base building contest. This is your first Space Games Weekly. Let's jump into the news. Starting us off, Star Citizen has released new details on its 4.3 update coming probably in August or September. The first being more information on the Volt sniper rifle, which I covered a little while ago. With the sniper rifle, you can actually charge your shots and then hold them indefinitely. It will make some noise, which will alert people to your presence, but it allows you to carry around a supercharged sniper rifle for that one shot you need to do that 360 no scope, 420, whatever. Throw it in your 2008 Halo montage. Dynamic snow is also being advertised coming to 4.3. We have had snow in the game, and we just got dynamic rain the other month. Now they are adding snow to allow for more dynamic storms that will produce snow if the temperature serves correctly. Finally, we see that Wickelow's light combat stealth suit is coming into the game. This is likely going to be a reskin version of a suit we already have. Beyond 4.3, or rather preceding 4.3, the RSI Meteor was released last week, coming in at a whopping $240 war bond. It's got that bed tax for those of us who actually use the bed. This is meant to be a medium fighter interceptor class, with the maneuverability of a medium, the guns of a heavy, and the defenses of a light. Truly a glass cannon for one person. Funny thing is, in the Q&A they do mention that nav speeds are going to be an advantage over the Mantis, which this ship was made using the chassis of. Funny thing about that is that nav speed is going away, so not sure why that might be a pro. And finally, in Star Citizen, Alpha 4.2.1 has released with a new event in tow, and honestly, I kind of like it. It aims to connect the in-game lore and politics to what's actually going on. The Imperator that is making all this happen was somebody we voted for like 4 years ago, so it's nice to see our influence reflect on the narrative. It's not like this event wouldn't have happened, but it gets shown through a specific lens that we kind of got to influence. It also connects the in-game companies to some real-world gameplay and ramifications. We have not had an actual reason to care about these companies other than the planets they own and the kind of little bits of lore outside the game. But now we're starting to see real motivations and reasons to care about who we're working for and with. Granted, for most people, that's just coming down to which companies have the best skins. Unfortunately, it's the evil one. You can participate in this event through combat, cargo, or mining, including FPS or ship combat, as well as just simply going out to a ship, retrieving it, and taking it back to get some points. There's a lot of easy ways to get points and get involved in this. You really just kind of play the game and take the contracts. It is a time-limited event, unlike the sandbox activities we've been getting, but you can unlock for yourself some weapons, armor, ship skins, and you even get to affect the game a little bit. The winning team will get to choose the name of the jump point. You're going to get a permanent discount on all the stores at the planet that wins. It's a way for us to actually affect the narrative, but there are definitely issues that have been causing problems, some of which have been fixed through hot patches over the last few days, but there's a lot of questions swirling about why they chose specific locations for these specific objectives. We'll get more into that in a video at the end of this week, but I do think there are some sound complaints. JumpShip, a 4-person co-op space adventure game where you're focused on flying, fighting, and engineering your ship to victory, while unlocking new armor and weapons for you and your crew, and components to make your ship better functioning. Honestly, this is one of my more exciting games of the year, and it looks like it's going to be still releasing to early access by the end of the summer. But we have a huge Q&A with a lot of information, so let's just jump into a rapid fire of information of what you can expect with this game. First of all, ship flight in this game is probably the most boring part. In this game, the engineer is having the most fun. You can even EVA off your ship and board other ships, so you're having fun. But when you're piloting, you're kind of just maneuvering around. Now they are starting to change that to make it a little more skill-based by adding evasion mechanics. So you can dodge enemy fire in a reactive way, giving pilots at least a little more to do. On top of that, ship combat is getting some improvements too. There are additional ongoing effects to make that combat more dynamic and responsive. Besides that, we've also seen elite enemies introduced to the game. They will be stronger, more accurate, harder to dodge, and require prioritization. We got some new maps and biomes coming along, more varied environments including caves and lava-themed space levels. Some vegetation is getting added around the game. but still no jungles. Seems like there are multiple game companies trying to work on getting that dense jungle foliage going. Melee weapons are being introduced to the game. Originally, we only had a small selection of guns, which they are going to grow that, but now they're also adding melee combat so that you don't have to give your pew-pews up if you don't need the pew-pews. The developers during this Q&A also made a couple very key statements on how the game was going to work format-wise. First of all, no PvP will ever be there. It will always be a PvE co-op experience, which I know takes this game out of some of your books and puts it at the top of some other people's lists. The game can be played offline completely and solo player. There will be no DRM, and the music is composed by Ghostwood Empire. These are the same people that made the Satisfactory soundtrack, and if you haven't played Satisfactory, oh my friend, give it a moment. Just try it. It's so good. It's so fun. There will be more ships coming to this game. Right now, there's only one you can use, but they want to make a smaller, nimbler one and have two at the full release later this summer. And then if we like them and want more, they might make some more ships. Finally, a big revelation, the dev team size is only 16 people. And honestly, if you've played this game, they did a good job. The mechanics of keeping the ship running and balanced are really hectic, but also pretty sustainable if you keep your head and you've got 4 people. It sounds though like the community feedback's really important to the success of this game, so keep it coming, guys. In Dune Awakening, last week they started their first in-game contest. This is a base building contest that could result in you winning both in-game weapons and armor, of course from Atreides. Everybody Atreides, just Atreides everywhere. But you can also get some real-world Lego kits if you win. So they're breaking that wall and giving us something tangible if we build the best bases. You should see my bases. I'm not even gonna try and build a base for this. It's gonna go poorly, but you guys should try it. I've seen some good bases. Go submit. The event will be running until July 28th, and you're gonna have plenty of methods to submit pictures or videos on different types of social media and all that stuff. And I have reached out and confirmed sandcastles will not count. I realize as I've been covering Star Citizen over the years that there are things in Star Citizen that people like in other games, including space. And so like maybe we could go over that every week. If you want to drop some more suggestions down in the comments, I do want to try and include as many little news drops as I can in these weekly videos. Comment below, like the video, subscribe, and maybe I'll see you next week. Thank you for showing up for the first episode of Space Games Weekly.